It was supposed to be a normal day at school. But for one 4-year-old girl in Gujarat, India, the classroom became a chamber of pain, allegedly at the hands of someone meant to protect and nurture her, her teacher. Hello, I'm Vanessa Hartwell, and what I'm about to walk you through is not only unsettling, it's the kind of story that forces us to ask, how deep does the betrayal go when the abuser wears the mask of an educator? Scene of the crime: Rajkot's Railnagar neighborhood. The location: Karnavati International School, a private school nestled in the Railnagar area of Rajkot. The accused, a 42-year-old female teacher, a woman entrusted with early childhood care and development. The victim, a 4-year-old girl, too young to spell abuse, yet already bearing the weight of its trauma. According to the child's mother, her daughter came home complaining of pain in her private parts. What initially seemed like discomfort from a minor accident turned out to be something far more horrific. The child's symptoms worsened. Upon visiting a local hospital, doctors discovered an internal injury that had become infected. The source of the injury? Not an accident, but allegedly, a deliberate assault. The mother's world collapsed when her daughter named the person who hurt her own teacher. The weapon: a writing tool or a tool of violence. Initial media reports suggest that the injury was inflicted with a pen or similar object, an item that should be used to educate, not mutilate. Imagine that. Something as ordinary as a classroom pen, allegedly used to harm a child in an unspeakable way. What does it say about the safeguards in place when the instruments of learning are weaponized in a moment of rage or worse, intent? Legal fallout. The POCSO Act steps in. The teacher has now been booked under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences POCSO Act, India's legal shield for minors against sexual crimes. Sections related to penetrative sexual assault and causing grievous harm have reportedly been invoked. Let's be clear, this isn't some light disciplinary action. This is a full-blown criminal investigation, and rightly so. Law enforcement in Rajkot has launched a probe, and the school administration is said to be cooperating. But here's the question that burns like acid. Why did it take an infection and a hospital visit before anyone stepped in? Where were the warning signs? And who was paying attention? Silence in the halls. I reached out to educators in Gujarat and child psychologists in India's western region. The off-the-record responses are telling. Fear of backlash, concern over institutional reputation, and yes, a disturbing tendency to dismiss children's complaints as misbehavior. One psychologist told me, in many schools, the culture is to discipline harshly, even shamefully. But there is a thin line between punishment and abuse, and some teachers cross it. Thin line. Try a canyon. A mother's vigilance. The mother, whose name has not been released for legal protection, deserves recognition. She listened. She acted. She trusted her daughter's voice. Something many parents are tragically conditioned to ignore when children speak up about pain or discomfort. Her choice to report the incident, pursue medical confirmation, and demand legal action may have saved her daughter's life. What's next? As the investigation unfolds, two paths lie ahead. Justice for the child. An honest reckoning for India's educational system. Because this isn't just about one teacher in Rajkot. This is about thousands of children across the world who suffer in silence behind classroom doors. And sometimes, the most dangerous people wear smiles and hold lesson plans. Final thoughts. This isn't a story I wanted to tell. But it's a story that needed to be told. Because evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes, it looks like a school teacher. I'm Vanessa Hartwell, and I'll be watching this case closely. And if justice tries to sneak out the back door, you best believe I'll be waiting by the exit. Like, share, subscribe. Follow Women Are Evil Too for more deep dive investigative reports. Because some truths only come to light when someone dares to look in the dark.